And welcome back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena for another edition of Brookdale basketball here on BTV. Tim Califamo alongside Brian Gounsworth. It's the Brookdale Jersey Blues men's basketball team getting ready to take on the Cougars of Camden County College. And Brian, when you look at this team, Brookdale has come in on a hot streak. They are undefeated at home. They are undefeated this year, 15-0. And they don't show any signs of slowing down, and are going against a Camden team that is still trying to figure themselves out midway through the season.
Yeah, trying to figure themselves out would be an understatement based on what we have learned about their season from their head coach. But starting with Brookdale, because that's who you really have to start with. And I mean, you mentioned the 15-0 start. You really can't say enough good things about the kind of basketball they have played through this season, coming off another strong performance a week ago against Bergen. You know, the Jersey Blues style of basketball is having so much depth and not relying on one guy. But this year, the difference is they have that go-to scorer in Jameek Moore, and they have so many other key components that are making this close to a perfect basketball team.
So many weapons on the offensive side of the floor for Brookdale. For Camden, they are still trying to figure out what they have to show. We'll see what they have tonight against the Jersey Blues in the Collins Arena. Now let's go downstairs to get started with the action. So as you see, the Brookdale Jersey Blues getting ready to be introduced, as they are introduced right now. We'll get the starting lineups for you in just a second. There they are. Zach Olakani, Grant Good, Jameek Moore, a new player, Tariq Holmes, more on him in just a second, and Matt Ringel, the starting five on the floor for the Brookdale Jersey Blues this evening. For Camden, they will have James Mosley, Ronell Garrett, Justin Williams, Thomas Ibidapo, and Sanusi Abdur-Rahman, number 35, on the floor for the Cougars. The Cougars are coached by seventh-year head coach Lou Abatista, who has had his work cut out for him. Half of his players from last year are not on this team, and as he was telling us pregame, he's still trying to figure out what his team has. Many of his players on his roster have not played one single game of basketball in college. On the other side for Brookdale, Coach Chizak, in his 26th season as head coach, feels confident about this game and about his team, and as he should. They have been on a hot streak, winning 15 games in a row, 15-0 this year, and are looking to try to knock off the team that they knocked off last year in the Region 19 championship game to send them to the national tournament. Obviously, different year, different teams, and certainly a lot less on the line than last time we saw these two teams play, but nonetheless, an important game for Brookdale. Camden controls the tip. Actually, it's going to be Brookdale controlling the tip. Zach Olakani inside, puts up the quick layup, not able to convert. And Justin Williams controls the rebound. Our officials this evening, Nathan Anderson, Rondell Taylor, and Jonathan Carson. James Mosley with the basketball. Guarded very tightly by Tariq Holmes. Now to the top of the key for Abdur-Rahman. Abdur-Rahman spinning his way inside and gets the two to go, and Camden on the board quickly, 2-0.
You're tested right away there with how to pronounce that name. Will be fun as this game goes along.
And now a foul while shooting a three, as Jameek Moore was hit from behind the three-point line by Ronell Garrett. So it'll be a three-shot foul for Jameek Moore. And as I said, the foul on Ronell Garrett. First on him, first on Camden. Jameek Moore at the line, hits the first attempt. Moore averages just under 22 points a game. And in the last win that Brookdale had versus Union a couple of days ago when they won 105-90, Moore had exactly his average, 22 points.
Thing you just can't do as a defender is foul a jump shooter, especially from behind the arc, giving 3 attempts, all of them converted by Jameek Moore.
So just about 30 seconds gone by here in this opening half. Brookdale has an early 3-2 lead. Thomas Ibidapo threw it away, and now it's pushed up ahead by Holmes, up to Grant Good. Grant to the hole. Not able to get the basket to go, but Moore is there with the putback. And now Brookdale leads 5-2. So Brookdale early on showing how quickly they can get out in transition. and run up the floor. Williams with the basketball, drives inside, right at Ringel. Contact, no call. And the rebound is controlled underneath by Thomas Abitabo. And it'll be a foul there on Brookdale.
Olakani, you could hear the slap on the arm that he delivered there, so he picks up the foul as first.
So Zach's first personal foul, first on the team. Camden gets a fresh 30. Garrett inside, right at Ringel, high off the glass, and it goes in. 5-4 now, Brookdale leads. Moore lost the dribble, and it's scooped up by Garrett, who flips it over to his teammate Mosley. So now Camden can take the lead for the first time. Actually, for the second time in this game, excuse me. Abitabo, feed down low to Mosley. Mosley. A long jumper there by Abdur Haman from the foul line is good.
Yeah, and credit this Camden team for starting the first couple of minutes in pretty strong fashion, because when we talked with their head coach, Lou Abatista, he acted very unsure as to what kind of performance he would get out of his team.
Good, with some contact inside, able to make the basket, and Brookdale regains the lead 7-6, and now a quick timeout is taken by Lou Abatista. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep our coverage here on BTV. Lou Abatista obviously not too happy with something. I think he wanted a 30-second timeout, not a full timeout. Not quite sure what the confusion is there. Officials trying to sort it out. But yes, Sanusi Abdur Haman, 6'8" sophomore, all the way from Nigeria, number 35. A player for Camden that will have to come up big, because really is the only big body that Camden has that can score some buckets, and against a very large team in Brookdale with the depth and the size that they have both on the floor and coming off the bench, he's going to have to step up big tonight.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Camden team that over the course of the season has lost several of their key players due to various issues, so team that they have on the floor is basically a group that coaching staff has just kind of thrown together.
Tariq Holmes with the layup at the other end after the steal from Mosley. And now Brookdale increases their lead now to 3, 9-6.
Yeah, and Holmes, the second semester addition to this Brookdale roster, and a guy who's found his way into the starting lineup, and a guy who can have an impact for this team the rest of the way.
Garrett now with the ball, guarded by Moore. Now back out to Mosley. Shot clock starting to wind down here for the Cougars. Down the 5. Mosley with the drive in on Holmes. Back out to Williams for a 3, and he rattles it in. It's a 2, actually. So it does not tie the game. It's now 9-8. Holmes with the ball. Gets it over to Zach Olakani. Olakani now finds good along the baseline. Jumper, rims out. And the rebound to Abitabo.
Those two names at number 34 and 35 in your program for Camden are going to be tough ones.
Just hoping I'm pronouncing it the right way. Good, swats it away from Mosley, and now Brookdale has numbers. Good to the hole, has it partially blocked, but there's a foul there on Abitabo. So Good will go to the foul line for what I assume will be 2 shots. So the foul again on Thomas Abitabo. First on him. And the second on Camden, while Grant Good at the foul line. First one up and good. Good averages just under 20 points a game, 8.5 rebounds. And really a player that Brookdale, particularly Coach Chizak, has harped a lot on. Been very impressed by his play as a freshman.
Yeah, him along with Meek Moore have been kind of dynamic duo for Brookdale offensive season. 2 players who weren't even on this roster a year ago, and I think it's the 2 biggest reasons why this team has been able to take a step forward that they have, even from a year where they won the region last year.
Now some full court pressure handled beautifully by Camden at the other end. Not able to make the basket is David Gormley. Justin Williams there with the long two. It's no good from the right elbow, but a foul is committed on the floor on Camden. It negates that offensive possession for the Cougars. So you have Tariq Holmes, 26 years old, has not played basketball since 2010. Bounced around to a couple of community colleges in the area, but never played, and thus still has 2 years of eligibility remaining, including this year. So if he wants to stick around and stay, which Coach Chisak would be more than happy if he would, he can come back and play next year. Matt Ringel inside, squaring it up in the paint. The floater doesn't go over Abdur Haman. And now the Cougars come away with the rebound.
And interestingly enough for Holmes, because of the trials that you articulated, he's actually 26 years old. So definitely one of the older players Brookdale has had on the roster in a long time.
Nice give and go from Abdur Haman to Gormley, and Camden ties it up at 10. Holmes now back to Olakani. Olakani nowhere to go. Bounce pass to Good. Good. Long two is good.
Yeah, nice passing there. Find the open man Good. Had enough space there inside the arc. Get that jumper to fall.
Justin Williams will give off to Garrett. Now back to Williams. Williams back out to Garrett. Long three. Doesn't go, and the rebound controlled by Olakani. Up the floor quickly. Holmes right at Williams to the hole. Left-hand layup is good.
Yeah, just great passing on that fast break, and then Holmes aggressively to the basket for the nice finish.
Williams across the timing line, guarded immediately by Zach Olakani. Camden having problems just trying to set up their offense, almost stolen away there by Holmes. Here's Abdul Bey going over Jameek Moore, and a blocking foul on Jameek Moore.
Yeah, Moore went down hard there on that strong drive to the basket. So it'll be a free throw opportunity. Paul Chizek is not happy on the sideline. He's yelling out.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Chizak thought that Abdul Bey was in the act of shooting. I think he was arguing that he was trying to get rid of a pass. That's the first time Coach Chizak's jumped off the bench in nearly 6 minutes of basketball. So I would say we were doing pretty good there for a little while.
Yeah, he's taken a more relaxed approach to this game so far.
So Bey hits the first foul shot from the line. He'll get another. As coming in for Sanusi Abdur Haman is Emmanuel Abimbola. Bey rims out in the second attempt from the line. Rebound by Good. Holmes, the other end, offensive. No, it's a blocking foul this time on Mosley. I thought Holmes was a little out of control, but they're going to call a block on James Mosley, and it'll send Tariq Holmes to the foul line for two.
So blocking fouls on each end. It was Jameek Moore for Brookdale. And that time Mosley, both cases where the offensive player just went barreling in. But because of the position of the defender, it's resulted in free throws.
So Tariq Holmes now at the foul line. 6-foot freshman from Bayonne, New Jersey. A little short on the first attempt. Holmes made his Jersey Blues debut. Oh my goodness! Last Tuesday night against Bergen, Brian had the call for that. Had 11 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals in that game. As he's not able to get anything going from the line, Olakani still fighting for it. Ball still is loose. Saved out of bounds by Bey. Who's it off of? It goes back to Camden. Brookdale still sticking with this full court press. Williams double team. Camden's got to get it across midcourt. They do. They find Gormley. Gormley had it swatted away by Holmes. And now here comes Brookdale with some numbers. That was Holmes rather, throwing it away to Grant Good as it was intercepted by Bey. Holmes almost comes up with another steal. Back to Camden with 23 on the shot clock. Coach Ed Batista for Camden trying to tell his Team to settle down here on offense.
Yeah,
David Gormley will come out of the game. Thomas Abidapo will come in for him.
and you can see the kind of game that Tariq Holmes has. Very active hands, very quick in the open floor, but as Coach Chizek told us, sometimes a little erratic with his passing and his ball handling, and both have been on display in the early going.
Now we have a whistle away from the wall. It's going to be an offensive foul here on Camden. And I think this is Abidapo. No, they're actually going to call it on Abdul Bey, number 21. That's his first personal. And a little bit of a stoppage there. It's the 15th foul on Camden. Brookdale only has 2 team fouls so far early on in this first half. Moore, the cutting pass to Olakani. Olakani bobbled it at first. Good, can't get the putback to go. And now Justin Williams comes away with it for Brookdale. Williams almost had the ball stolen away by Holmes. Camden's able to reset here. 15 to shoot. Mosley picked up his dribble. Now back over to Williams. Williams tried to go behind his back. Nearly lost control of the basketball. Shot clock winding down to 4. Williams with 2. Has it blocked away by Holmes. It'll go out of bounds with 1 on the shot clock. I tell you what, Tariq Holmes has been all over the place, knocking away balls, getting steals.
Yeah, and this has not been a good possession here for Camden. We'll see if they can get a shot off with 1 second, but nothing going.
A quick shot there by Sanusi Abdur Haman. It was blocked away by Ringel anyway, so it wasn't going to count. But a shot clock violation there on Camden. Brookdale gets the ball back. They lead by 3. Kyle Bradshaw will get ready to check in for Brookdale, along with Mark Serbo. I'm sorry, that was Kenneth LaRocca. Grant Good had his shot partly blocked, and now it's taken away by Abidapo. Abidapo going coast to coast, goes into the paint, draws contact on Ringel, count the basket and the foul.
Yeah, that was a tough move because right around the mid-court area, Jameek Moore was there to bump him, but he's able to get around him and then all the way to the basket for the floater and the and one opportunity potentially as Matt Ringel takes a seat.
So Grant Good, Zach Olakani, and Matt Ringel come out of the game. In for them are Kenneth LaRocca, Frez Cabrera, and Kyle Bradshaw. Thomas Abidapo at the foul line, not able to convert the three-point play. It's a 1-point game. Brookdale leads. Holmes, extra pass to Cabrera. Now back to Holmes. Holmes hands off to LaRocca, long 2. A little too strong, and the rebound controlled by Mosley. Justin Williams lost it, out of bounds, turnover.
Yeah, in the last game for Brookdale, they played with a little different lineup, especially the starting group. Jameek Moore actually came off the bench, still delivered a good performance, but was a lineup that was different as a result of key players being out of action. Now they're back to full strength for this game today.
Bradshaw walked with the basketball, and a turnover there for Brookdale. Scandal will get the ball back. Brookdale leads 14-13. Under 12 minutes to play now here in the first half. Mosley guarded very tightly by Holmes. Mosley, nice pass inside to Bay. Reverse layup is good, and Camden regains the lead.
A great finish by Bay. Back to her cut, and then the reverse finish.
Moore in and out of the 3, and it bounces off the glass and in.
How about that for Jameek Moore? In and out, and then back in from behind the arc, so give him 3.
Justin Williams around a screen. Now over to his teammate Abidapo. Abidapo, right elbow jumper, off the front rim, no good. Rebound Moore. Moore up ahead to Cabrera. Cabrera pass to Holmes. Holmes, tried to flip it over to LaRocca. It was partially deflected, out of bounds. Last touched by Cabrera. Goes back to Camden.
Yeah, and I think Holmes probably would have been better served that time to go up for a shot attempt himself. It was an interesting decision, but one that didn't work out. Camden defenders were there to knock away the pass, and they eventually take possession.
So Brookdale leads by 2. It's been a tightly contested game so far. Remember, Brookdale's undefeated, but Camden's playing them very close. Abdul Bey along the baseline. Threw it right to Jameek Moore, and Moore comes up with the ball. LaRocca feed to Grant. Good. Draws the contact, and he's going to the line.
Yeah, really nice job in transition. LaRocca knew where Good was. Little touch pass over to him, and Good the chance to make it an and one.
So count the basket for Grant Good. Foul is on Ronell Garrett. Now Grant Good will try to give Brookdale a 5-point lead, and he does. So 20-15 now, Brookdale leads. And some pressure in the backcourt. Camden able to handle it, but thrown away there as Abdur Haman was trying to look for one of his teammates. That was Gormley. Moore going coast to coast, and he lays it in.
Yeah, and Moore is a really good finisher once he gets to the basket. And that might sound easy, but he can make some acrobatic finishes as well.
Camden just trying to catch their breath as Brookdale quietly has pulled out to a 7-point lead. Aminbola now over to Abdur Haman, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Justin Williams, who couldn't handle the pass.
They tried a little give and go there with a backdoor cut from Gormley, but the pass a little bit errant. So all of a sudden, Camden losing its composure that they started with. Now, they were hanging around. This game was tied through the first few minutes. Brookdale's been able to stretch a lead now up to 7.
Jameek Moore making some moves. Bounce pass to Bradshaw. Bradshaw can't finish on the low block, and the rebound is scooped up by Bey. Garrett with the drive inside, draws contact on Good, and Good commits the personal. So now Ronell Garrett will go to the line for 2 shots.
How about the move by Garrett there? He kind of lulled the Brookdale defense to sleep as he was just standing still with the basketball there for a good stretch of time, and then just turned on the Jets, exploded to the basket. As the officials are now conferring, they might change a call. Not sure what they're discussing right here.
Garrett's going to be shooting 2 at the line. It still is a foul on Grant Good. It's his first personal and the 4th on Brookdale. Garrett, first one at the line is good. Tariq Holmes comes in for Jameek Moore for Brookdale. And Garrett knocks them both down from the line. Holmes, nobody back on defense for Camden, goes straight to the hole, had it partially blocked away by Gormley. LaRocca there with the rebound. And now Grant Good will try to reset the Brookdale offense. Good. Over to Cabrera. Cabrera spinning his way. Back out to Holmes. LaRocca. The drive. The floater is good, and the foul.
Yeah, good passing led to that opportunity. And then LaRocca in the corner there, the little pump fake to get the defender in the air, and then aggressively to the basket, drops in the floater, and looks to add one more.
And a timeout is going to be taken here by Camden as Lou Batista needs to talk things over. We'll take a quick break here on Brookdale TV. Brookdale leads by 7.
My name is Demi Vernikov, and I'm part of the Student Life Board. And this year we're having our Welcome Back Week and Involvement Fair. So basically what that is that we're getting students who are returning students and new students to come in and experience what Brookdale has to offer, which is a dozen different new clubs, different people where you can meet new people, make new friends, and definitely make different connections with different people, and kind of just get involved like what we have here with different music going on, with different activities going on, with even like the fried Oreos and the funnel cake, just to get involved, have a good start to the year. And it's really great to always get involved, because when I came to Brookdale and as soon as I got involved with student life, I absolutely loved it. I made different connections with people, I made new friends.
And we're back here on Brookdale TV. Kenneth LaRocca at the line, not able to complete the three-point play after that 30-second timeout there by Camden. Lead still remains at 7, 24-17. Justin Williams being guarded tightly by Frez Cabrera. Shot clock now down to 10. Bay threw it at the feet of Williams. Shot clock down to 5. Williams with 2. Traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, you and I think, saw that a half a second before the official, but that appeared to be the right call there, and Brookdale takes it off the turnover.
And that wasn't just 3 steps. That was about 5 steps in the paint. I think Williams was trying to draw some contact and wasn't able to do so. So Thomas Abitapo comes back in for the Cougars as David Gormley comes out. Holmes hands off to LaRocca. LaRocca for 3, doesn't go. And rebound Sanusi Abdur-Rahman. Bay bounce pass to Mosley, couldn't handle it. Last touched by Brookdale. Will stay here with Camden. Holmes can't believe the call.
Yeah, Holmes is pleading with the official there that was last touched by Camden, but he's not going to win his case.
Mosley looking, gets it into Abdur-Rahman. And Haman's long shot doesn't go. Rebound rebound Holmes on the weak side. Holmes flips it out to Cabrera. Cabrera, nice move inside. Layup, did everything but score there on that possession. And Mosley scoops up the rebound for Camden.
That was a nice drive by Cabrera, who really does that well, but can't get the finish that time.
Bay. Back out to Abdur-Rahman. Haman tried to draw contact. It was partially blocked there by LaRocca and Bradshaw. And now here comes Grant Good up ahead to Cabrera. Cabrera's fouled underneath the basket. So it'll be Frez Cabrera shooting 2 shots from the line. And we'll see who they're going to get this on. They're going to get on Justin Williams, his second personal. Bunch of substitutions getting ready to come in for Camden after Cabrera takes his first foul shot from the line. Cabrera, the 6'2 freshman from Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
After we got his height
corrected. I was about to say, his mother came up to both Brian and I and told us, very politely, but did tell us that my son is not 5'8". There's no way. And I said, I agree with you, ma'am. I think that's the correct, I don't think that's the correct information. So he is 6'2". Trying to complete his second foul shot. It's on the way, and it's good. Andrew Zarnias comes in for Camden, along with Emmanuel Aminbola. Cabrera there with the steal, puts it in at the other end. Coach Batista not happy, wanted a foul there on Brookdale, not going to win that argument. And now Justin Williams double teamed, and finally a foul is called for Camden.
I thought Williams may have gotten away with shuffling the feet there as he tried to get his way out of a crowd there. That double team that Brookdale collapsed on him, but it's a Brookdale foul.
Foul is on Cabrera. It's his first. Gormley Feed inside to Abimbola. Abimbola, the nice drive, and puts it in off the glass. And now Brookdale not even allowing Camden to get set on defense. Cabrera again to the hole is fouled. Sanusi Abdur-Rahman is going to be called with the foul for Camden. It's his first, and it's the 9th team foul now on the Cougars, so they're one away from being in the double bonus. We're at the line, a little short on the first attempt. Burr, one of the many freshmen on this team, but this team really has not played like a freshman team or like a young team, Brian. They've really been exceptional this year, as Cabrera's not able to make either one from the foul line.
Yeah, and I think the best evidence of that is pretty simple, but they haven't lost all season, so obviously doing more than just a couple of things right.
15-0 and undefeated here at home. Trying to keep that streak going. Williams, the fadeaway, doesn't go. Tapped out by Bradshaw to Good. Good tried to get it over to Holmes. Holmes gets it. Bounce pass to LaRocca. LaRocca can't finish underneath the basket. Good puts it up and he's fouled. So Camden having difficulty getting back on defense, and Brookdale is taking advantage of that. Pushing the ball down the floor and getting some opportunities now at the line. The foul is on Emmanuel Abimbola. So Grant Good at the foul line. Able to knock down the first attempt. 6'5" guard / forward. He'll play both from Matawan, New Jersey. Matt Ringel, Zach Olakani, and I'm looking to see who else is going to come in. Brookdale. Nope, they do have 5 players on the floor. To recall, only 2 players checked in for Brookdale. It's Cabrera, Good, Ringel, Olakani, and Holmes on the floor for the Jersey Blues. Inside, here's Gormley for Camden, not able to get the layup, gets his own rebound. Now a fresh shot clock for Camden. Williams at the foul line, short. Rebound Good. Good, pushing it up the floor to Holmes. Holmes right at Williams. Not able to get the basket, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and I think Brookdale, better than any other team in the region, turns missed shots on one end into transition opportunities at the other. They push the basketball, they explode to the rim, and why they're so successful at it is because they have so many different guys who can do it and do it effectively.
So Holmes, a couple of practice dribbles. Again, 6-foot freshman from Bayonne, New Jersey, not able to hit the first attempt. And last couple of trips down the floor, Brookdale's really not been hitting too many foul shots. They've missed several. This is a team in Brookdale that usually shoots the ball pretty well from the foul line, 72% as a team. Holmes' second attempt rims out. Abimbola gives it off to Williams, and now a 10-second call as Camden was way too slow getting the ball up the floor. Coach Abatista needs an explanation, but
yeah, that felt like a quick 10 seconds. I don't know.
The new rule when they went to the 30-second shot clock from the 35 was that the official no longer counts. The official goes off of what the shot clock says as soon as the ball is inbounded, and Camden definitely was taking their time, not really any hurry to get across midcourt. Jameek Moore, the long 3, doesn't go. And the rebound controlled by Zarnaras. Five minutes left to go here in the first half. Brookdale in control. Abdur-Rahman not able to get the tough shot to go off the glass. Rebound on Lakani. Holmes to Moore. Now Cabrera, the drive, had it blocked away by Abdur-Rahman. It'll stay here with Brookdale with 22 on the shot clock. Cabrera will come out for Grant Good. who literally spent all of 60 seconds on the bench. It'll actually be a fresh 30 for Brookdale. As Abdul Bey comes in for Justin Williams. Now another one, Ronell Garrett, also going to come in for Camden. Comes in for one of the other players for Camden. Inbound to Ringel. Ringel fights his way around Abdur Haman and puts it in underneath.
Yeah, Ringel, a good job getting good position down near the basket. Off the inbounds, takes the pass, goes up for two.
Abimbola not able to convert from the three-point line, I should say. And now Olakani running up the floor, takes it right at Abimbola and puts it in with the left hand.
Yeah, nice job by Olakani going to the offhand that time to finish right over the contest by the Cougars. Brookdale starting to find a rhythm now offensively.
Bey over to Abimbola. And Abimbola traveled with the basket. Or no, they're going to call a foul on Brookdale on Grant Good. It's the second personal on Good. And it's the sixth now on Brookdale. Grant Good will come out of the game, and for him, for the first time this evening, Jordan Hernandez.
And he was one of the Brookdale players not suited up a week ago against Bergen.
Long three there by Bey is short. Rebound Holmes. Holmes over to Moore. Moore, the drive, traveled with the basketball.
Checking in for Cougars number 34, Thomas Ibidapo.
So now Thomas Abidapo comes in for Camden. He checked in for Abimbola. Camden able to beat the 10-second clock and get across midcourt. Gormley, the feed to Abdur Haman. Abidapo couldn't handle the pass. Now it's scooped up by Gormley, and Gormley able to convert underneath the basket for a much-needed bucket for Camden. Coach Batista screaming on the sidelines, trying to get his players set on defense. Hernandez in the wing. Now back over to Olakani with 13 to shoot. Jameek Moore splits the defense, kicks it out Holmes. Holmes, right wing three. Off the back rim, no good. Olakani tried to tip it in, and he's fouled. So Zach now will go to the foul line for two shots. And Camden is more than maxed out with fouls now.
And that's a good job by Olakani, not only getting the offensive rebound, but he got it in a shooting motion to get the foul and earn free throws.
So Olakani hits the first attempt from the line. Stephon Forbes, you see him there, number 4, checks in for Brookdale. He came in for Tariq Holmes.
Yeah, when he's in the game, he likes to shoot the three-pointer.
Forbes, one of the freshmen on this team, 5'8". Justin Williams now in the paint. The floater over Matt Ringel doesn't roll in. And now the rebound to Jameek Moore. Moore up ahead to Olakani, and Olakani before the shot traveled with the basketball. So a couple of quick turnovers here for Brookdale, slowing their offensive momentum. However, Camden has been on a scoreless drought of their own. They got that one bucket 30 seconds ago, but other than that, they have struggled to try to put together a run. And Brookdale, over the last 10-plus minutes of gameplay, has slowly started to pull away. Abdur Haman, the feed inside to Abidapo. Turnaround jumper doesn't go. Rebound Moore. Moore bringing the ball up. Now kicks it out to Stephon Forbes for 3. A little too strong. Weak side rebound, Williams. And Williams just completely lost control of the basketball out of bounds.
I don't think he knew what he wanted to do with the ball that time, whether he was going to keep the dribble, start a drive, or look to dish it off, but loses it, and Brookdale back with it.
Olakani, the layup inside doesn't go. Gets his own rebound, put it up, no good, and the rebound controlled for Camden by Abitipo. Abitipo got it very tightly by Olakani. Dangerous pass, almost intercepted. Forbes comes up with it, up ahead to Olakani, who lays it in at the other end. And a timeout taken. Actually, no, Coach Abatista did not take a timeout. Officials just
I don't know why
inadvertently blew the whistle.
Perhaps it was an inadvertent. Looked like he yelled something toward one of the benches. Not sure.
Abdul Bey over to Abitipo. May have gotten away with an extra step. The jumper doesn't go. Bey, the rebound, puts it up and in. A lot of contact underneath there with Bey and Stefan Forbes. Officials let it go. Now Moore, back over to Ringel. Ringel, right elbow jumper doesn't go. Rebound Bey. Abdur Haman not able to get the jumper to go from, guarded by Ringel. And now Olakani at the other end, all types of contact. Who's that? That's Hernandez there with the putback underneath the basket.
Yeah, that's kind of your unconventional putback. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how that ball found its way through the basket, but what a play by Hernandez to get back and tip it back home.
Not sure if Hernandez was trying to throw it down with two hands or put it back up and in, but either way it goes in. Now a jump ball is called. Possession arrow pointing Camden's way, so it'll stay here with the Cougars with 15 to shoot.
Checking in for Camden, number 33, Emmanuel Abimbola.
So Emmanuel Abimbola will come back into the game for Thomas Abitipo for Camden. Brookdale cannot hold for the final shot here. The shot clock is down to 22. There's about a 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Hernandez open for a three. He got it.
Nice job by Forbes. Little fake on the outside. Strong drive and kick. Open man Hernandez for the three-pointer.
So now Camden can hold for the final shot. They are down 41 to 23. 7 seconds left. Williams runs right into Forbes, and a foul here on Forbes in the paint. Coach Chizak, one of the very few words that we've heard him say all game, been very uncharacteristically quiet, let's say that.
There's still the whole half to go.
And it's a 1-and-1 shot as Brookdale, that's only the 17th foul. It was on Stefan Forbes, that's his first personal. Justin Williams will get another one from the line. Trying to build some momentum going into the locker room. Remember, Camden started out this game not too badly. They were keeping pace with Brookdale, but then had some turnovers and were not able to return baskets with Brookdale. And now the Jersey Blues find themselves at halftime up by 16, pending this last second shot by LaRocca. It doesn't go. And that is the score at halftime. 41 to 25. Brookdale leads over Camden. Certainly a very good first half performance for Brookdale. They have just really been very dominating, as we would expect, of course. Undefeated this year in conference play. They lead Camden 41 to 25, but Brian, this game just doesn't really seem to have much of a flow, and there's really not that much energy coming off. I know Brookdale's playing really well, but the bench has been quiet. Both benches have been quiet. Really not a whole lot of energy, but nonetheless, Brookdale's still playing very well, and Coach Chizak hasn't had a whole lot to scream about, so I would assume they're pretty happy with the way they're playing.
Yeah, well, we kind of didn't know what to expect when this game began, especially from the other team's standpoint in Camden. This is because their head coach didn't know what he was going to get out of his team. Early on, as you said, kind of kept pace. It was close early on. You didn't really get the sense that Brookdale played their best half at any point. And like you were saying at one point, it was kind of quietly building up a lead. But then they started to get out in transition, play their game a little bit, built up a lead, and we'll see if they can deliver the knockout punch coming out in the second half.
And of course, Brookdale, they are undefeated this year, 15-0. Certainly, they just continue to roll. And right now, you know, Camden was one of those teams, Ryan, that we looked at as possibly being a team that might slow them down. preseason-wise, but so far not the case. They seem to be handling them very well.
Yeah, and with them not being that big of a factor because of the issues that their team has dealt with, there's really not a whole lot of teams in this region that can seem to give Brookdale a big scare, especially here at the Collins Arena where they have been dominant going back to the last couple of years.
Brookdale has not lost at home this year. They lead 41-25 over the Camden County Cougars. We're now going to send it downstairs to Andrew Nash, our sideline reporter, for a halftime interview.
I'm here with Coach Abatista of the Camden Cougars. And Coach, your team has fought very hard to keep himself inside this game against a tough Brookdale defense. What's one thing you look for your team to do in the second half?
I just hope we play a little better offensively. Brookdale's a very good defensive team, but we're not moving the ball fast enough, and I think our inexperience is showing a little bit. So,
well, Coach, best of luck in the second half, and you're playing a great game. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
And welcome back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey, getting ready to start the second half here on our doubleheader tonight on Brookdale TV. The Brookdale Jersey Blues men's basketball team leads 41-25 over the Camden County Cougars. Tim Kettlefam alongside Brian Goudsword on the call this evening. Brookdale in command with a 16-point lead, and we talked about it really kind of at the end of the first half, Brian. This building, even though there's quite a bit of people here, kind of quiet. Both benches have been fairly quiet. Coach Chizak's been quiet, so just going about their business. Nothing really too, I would say, jaw-dropping going on. Nothing really all that interesting as far as noise is concerned, but we've seen some pretty good basketball by Brookdale. As the drive inside is blocked away. That was Gormley. He had his shot blocked away, but Abdur Haman is there with the putback for Camden.
Yeah, we'll see if they can kind of ratchet up the intensity level, because as you said, it was kind of just a little bit lax in terms of the energy Brookdale came out with, and we'll see if that'll change here coming out the second half.
And now off of the foot of one of the Brookdale players, I think that was Zach Olakani. It'll stay here with Camden with 14 on the shot clock. Emmanuel Abimbola will come into the game for Thomas Abidapo, who comes out. Actually, I'm sorry, the ball went off of one of the Camden County players, not Zach Olakani. That wouldn't make any sense. So the shot clock is now being reset to 20. Olakani will inbound to Holmes. Good. Back out to Moore. Moore, the long three is good. Jameek Moore knocking it down from the left arc, and now 44-27, Brookdale leads.
And that's too much space to give a quality shooter like Jameek Moore, who just takes it off a catch and shoot and drills it from three.
Ronell Garrett. That time it did go off of one of the Brookdale players. It's saved at a bounce by Justin Williams. Garrett with the drive inside. The floater doesn't go. Rebound Gormley. Shot clock resets for the Cougars. Garrett over to Justin Williams. Guarded by Holmes. Williams goes over Olakani. No call. Not able to get the basket. Gormley is there with the putback.
Yeah, and it was right that there wasn't a call, because Olakani, that was a straight flop. So certainly no offensive foul, and Camden able to take advantage by making the basket.
Holmes picked up his dribble. Now back over to Moore. The long two by Good. Back iron no good. And the rebound pulled down by Garrett for Camden. Justin Williams now with the basketball. Approaching 2 minutes gone by here in the second half. Brookdale leads 44-29. Garrett tried to drive inside on Moore. Not able to get it to go. Picked up his dribble. Bounce pass to Williams, almost stolen away by Olakani. Now it's scooped up by Holmes. Holmes gives it off to Moore, and Moore, I think that was a traveling call on Moore. I think he may have palmed that basketball just a bit and may have taken an extra step in the process.
Yeah, I think that one was pretty clear cut. Moore's got to put that one on the floor, take one dribble and go up for an easy layup, costing Brookdale that time.
Garrett with the ball, shot clock down to 10 for Camden. And that's a walk as Garrett tried to put it between his legs, miscalculated, actually ended up on his knee, and as a result took that extra step. Brookdale still leads, 44-29. Holmes in the corner, downloaded good the reverse layup, rolls out, rebound Abimbola, and now gives it over to Garrett.
And Olakani was wide open in the corner there. Good opted to try for the layup attempt, but couldn't get it.
Abdur Haman able to get the runner in the paint to go. So Sanusi Abdur Haman puts Camden on the board. 44-31 now. Holmes gives it off to Matt Ringel, and Ringel draws the contact and is fouled inside. So the foul is going to be on Sanusi Abdur Haman.
And a nice drive and shovel pass to the paint there by Holmes, creating the free throw attempts for Ringel.
Ringel able to hit the first one from the line. 6'6" sophomore from Marlboro, New Jersey.
And what a year he's had. I mean,
Yes.
both ends of the floor, but defensively in particular. I mean, the block numbers, we've talked about it on a number of occasions, and that's because it's worthy of discussing just how great he has been at blocking shots and being a prowess on that end of the floor.
Ringel averages just over 4 blocks a game. Hasn't seen too much action tonight as we have a foul away from the ball here. Actually, this is going to be on Holmes, rather. Fouling the shooter there for Camden. But yes, Ringel averages just under 4 blocks a game. Justin Williams now will go to the foul line for 2 shots. And not able to hit the first one from the line. Camden as a team shoots 65% from the line. And for Williams, more specifically, he's shooting 70%. 1 out of 2 from the line for Williams. Camden now trails by 14. Ringel back to Holmes, now over to Jameek Moore. Grant Good finds Olakani. Olakani not able to get the floater to go, didn't use the glass, and now the rebound pulled down by Abdur Haman. Williams picked up his dribble. Now over to Garrett. Garrett hands off to Bay. Bay double teamed for a second. Bounce pass to Abimbola. Squares up against Ringel, not able to get the shot to go. Good, the rebound, up ahead to Holmes. Holmes one-on-one with Bay. Bay blocks it out of bounds. It'll stay here with Brookdale with 25 to shoot.
Nice job by Bay with the transition defense, not to foul the shooter, come away with the clean block.
And now a timeout is called by Coach Batista. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on BTV. 15:48 remaining. Brookdale leads 46-32. And we remind you that our telecast tonight is sponsored by Joyce Subs and Pizza. Corporate catering, our specialty, breakfast or lunch. You can order online by going to joycesubandpizza.com. Serving the community since 1965. And when you look at this upcoming schedule here, Brian, for Brookdale, of course, really just, it doesn't necessarily get any easier, but that's really not saying that much because so far, anybody that has played Brookdale, or anybody that Brookdale has played, I should say, this season, really hasn't given them too much of a problem. Of course, on Saturday, they have Passaic County College, which has a very good basketball team, coming in here at 2 p.m. Then they are here at home again against Rowan College on Tuesday. They have 2 road games on the 27th and the 28th to close out the month. at Bunker Hill Community College and University of Connecticut at Avery Point before they come back in here for one more game in the month of January against Atlantic Cape County College. But really, other than that, I don't really see this team slowing down, and easily they could get to 20 wins in the first week in February.
Yeah, and I mean, it hasn't mattered the level of competition, and they've been faced with Division II opponents, Division I, what have you, as Olikani barrels it off the scores table there. That made a thunderous noise.
And that made Bo Scanapico in the blue and red jacket, the women's softball coach, jump. Would have made me jump if it was coming right towards me, which has happened sometimes on the road for certain select basketball games that I've been asked to cover. When you're there on the floor, you never know where that ball's coming from, and every single time that ball always is coming from my head if I'm on the sidelines like that. But I digress. Brookdale will have the ball here, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Olikani with the ball. Now over to Moore. Moore, nowhere to go. Shot clock winding down to 5. Moore needs to give it off, down to 3. Moore with 2, pushed off.
Yeah, that was just a possession where they got nothing going. I mean, Moore did all he could. He tried a couple of spin moves, tried to create any kind of space he could, but was denied. Credit the Camden defense, and then the offensive foul in the end.
Garrett comes across the foul line. Now over to Abimbola. Justin Williams right in front of Coach Abatista. And Abdur Haman not even ready for that pass from Abdul Bey. So just not a very good possession there for Camden. Now
a whole new team coming on
change,
the floor.
yes, of the team that's on the floor for Brookdale. Let's see, Grant Good, Olikani, Moore, Matt Ringel, and Tariq Holmes come out. Mikai Morgan, Kenneth LaRocca, Kyle Bradshaw, Stefan Forbes, and Denzel Lampley into the game. First time we have seen Lampley and Morgan in this game so far. They're on the floor now for Brookdale. This is Morgan with the basketball. Over to Forbes. Forbes walked with it right in front of official Rondell Taylor. So now Camden hasn't been able to take advantage of some of these turnovers that Brookdale has had the last couple of minutes. They still trail by 14. Garrett guarded very tightly by Morgan. Feed inside to Abdur Haman right at Bradshaw, and a foul on Kyle Bradshaw, who thought he got all ball.
I thought it almost appeared that he did there, but I guess you say there was enough contact there underneath the basket, so it is free throws.
So Sanusi Abdur Haman, 6'8" sophomore all the way from Nigeria, shooting 2 from the line, makes them both for the big man. Only shooting 63% from the line this year. And now Camden is within 12. Lampley on the drive, back out to Morgan. Morgan floats it up there in the paint, another traveling call.
It was a good move by Morgan until he took the extra step there. Got the defender in the air on the fake in the corner, but Brookdale's kind of slowed down here the last couple of minutes. They've watched Camden creep closer.
Williams back over to Abdur Haman. Now over to Abdul Bey. Dangerous pass now to Williams at the top of the key. 7 to shoot. Williams now with 5, drives inside, finds Abimbola. Abimbola thought he was fouled. No foul is called. Camden able to scoop up the ball. They still have the ball on this side of the floor. Williams inside the layup, off the glass and in. And now Camden is within 10. LaRocca in the corner. Floats it over to Stefan Forbes. Now Mikai Morgan. Lampley, bounce pass to Bradshaw. Bradshaw traveled with the basketball.
I'll tell you, the traveling calls are really plaguing Brookdale. I mean, they are coming way too frequently here so far in the second half. You better be careful here because the lead's now down to 10, and I think they may have gotten a technical foul here.
It's a technical foul on Kyle Bradshaw. And well, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, each game today has seen a technical foul.
Well, it's the first on Bradshaw. It's his first personal. And at the line now, Sanusi Abdur-Rahman. Surprised he's the one actually that's shooting the foul shots from the line, but he did knock down the 2 last ones. And now Coach Chizak trying to get an explanation, not happy. And things are getting a little testy on the sidelines. Coach Chizak wanted an explanation. Rondell Taylor waiting for the basket to finish before he goes over and talks to Coach Chizak, which might be a good idea, actually.
So whatever intensity may have been lacking in the first half is picked back up.
And Camden starting to sense some new life here, down by 9. Not going away and sensing possibly some miscues for Brookdale have allowed them to get back into this game. Remember, they trailed at halftime 41-25. Williams almost lost it in the backcourt. Williams now with the drive. The layup doesn't go. Rebound doesn't go. Bay puts it up and in. And the lead is 7.
You're watching Coach Chizak on the sideline. He is signaling for an entire new team to go to the scorer's table and check in next.
LaRocca straight on 3 is good.
He just does not mess around. But LaRocca silences the Camden bench a little bit by putting an end to the Brookdale drought with that 3.
Lead is back up to 10. Garrett guarded by LaRocca. Shot clock starting to wind down to 10. Abdur-Rahman, guarded by Ringel. Haman in the low block, bounce pass to Abimbola. Tough shot, doesn't go. Rebound controlled by Lampley, lost it off his foot out of bounds. And now a complete, as you said, Brian, a complete substitution once again. 5 in, 5 out for Brookdale. Actually, it's only going to be 4. I apologize. Only 4 players coming out for Brookdale. Lampley, LaRocca, Forbes, and Morgan come out. On the floor now, Tariq Holmes, Jameek Moore, Matt Ringel, Grant Good, and Frez Cabrera. Williams trying to inbound the ball, looking, finally beats the 5-second call and gets it into Bidipo. Williams was bumped by Moore, no call. Holmes takes it away, 1-on-2. Holmes to the hole, lays it in. Tariq Holmes has had a very nice game. And now Brookdale 5 unanswered points, 51-39. Justin Williams, the long 2 from the left elbow, he drains it. 51-41. Camden not going away easy. Ringel bounce pass to Good. Good is fouled or no, he traveled. And that gets Coach Chizak off the bench. Not happy with that call. Thought there was a foul before. And now the intensity's starting to pick up, and now we have another foul here on Brookdale. It's on Tariq Holmes. Coach Chizak.
I think he just got a technical foul.
And now another foul on Holmes.
I think they just teed up Coach Chizak on the sideline, who's running his mouth after he didn't like that traveling call.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was on Holmes that picked up the technical. I didn't realize Chizak was there. And Chizak still arguing his case. He better be careful here.
Yeah.
Not to get thrown out of the game. Oh boy, things have just gone from bad to worse these last few minutes for Brookdale. We talked about how quiet and calm everything was. Not anymore. And now it's going to take a while to sort all this out. The foul was on Tariq Holmes. That we know. But I think you're right, Brian. I think this might be a technical foul charged to Coach Chizak. At the line, Justin Williams shooting a pair of technical fouls. First one is up and good. And Coach Chizak still pleading his case with Rondell Taylor. It's the third foul on Tariq Holmes. So he's going to stay in the game for now, unless Coach Chizak takes him out. 51-42. Garrett with the drive inside, ran right into Ringo, and he traveled. And now, do we have a timeout here, or is this another technical on Coach Chizak? I'm not sure. I think it's a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout by Coach Chizak, trying to just regroup here. Team down for the last couple of minutes, not playing very well, and they have allowed Camden to get back into the game. But wow, we kind of talked about at the end of the first half how this wasn't a overwhelmingly energetic atmosphere. Now things have totally changed.
Yeah, the tempers flaring a little bit from both teams, and testing is as the result of being unhappy with the officiating. So
Holmes back out to Good, wide open for a three, doesn't fall. Foul here away from the ball underneath the basket. Is it on Holmes? No, it's on Cabrera. Second on Cabrera. Team fouls starting to add up now for Brookdale. It's 6.
yeah, and Camden's only committed 1, so they've done a really good job limiting the foul numbers.
Nobody back on defense, and throwing it down is Sanusi Abdur-Haman. 51-44, a whistle here, and I think there's going to be a foul on Camden. It'll be on Abdul Bay for Camden, so that's the second team foul on Camden, second on Bay.
I'll tell you, you hope that this game doesn't reach a point where everything boils over, because it's been brewing here the last couple of minutes.
Can already kind of sense the chippiness starting to get out. Intercepted there by Justin Williams. Williams dumps it off to Bay. Bay not able to make the shot. Jameek Moore was plowed into underneath the basket. No call. Coach Chizak not happy at all as Moore got run over. He was in the restricted area, so it really wouldn't have mattered anyway. Wouldn't have gone Brookdale's way, but still. And now a foul here on Cabrera, who was trying to swat the ball away from Bay. And this has gone from bad to ugly now for Brookdale the last several minutes.
And that's not a good foul there by Cabrera, who picked up his third. He's coming out of the game. It's all well and good to go for the steal, but you can't make contact with the player in that situation, especially when it gives the other team a chance at the line.
So Bay not able to make the first foul shot from the line. It was a 1-and-1. Moore, the three on the way. It's good. Now the lead back up to 10, 54-44. Brookdale has only scored 10 points here in the second half. Abdur-Rahman, bounce pass, try to get it in over to his teammate Abidapo. It's taken away. Moore up ahead to Good. It was blocked out of bounds.
I think that one got a piece of the camera there.
Yeah, one of our cameramen on the floor. It'll be Brookdale ball, 25 to shoot. And now another timeout is called here. I think by Brookdale. As they want to talk things over. It's a full timeout. We need a chance to catch our breath. 9:51 remaining. Brookdale up by 10. We'll take a commercial break and come back after this.
Hi, my name is Rich Brunson, the head coach here at Brookdale Women's Basketball, and I'm going to talk to you about my team a little bit. So far, we have an 8-2 record, which probably complements our defense. Defense is probably the key to our winning. We go up and down the floor, but most importantly, we stress defense. And in our conference, it's really a lot of good teams. You have the Gloucesters, you have the Camdens, and you have the Middlesex, who's our biggest rivalry also. So what we try to do is make sure we watch a lot of film to make sure we be prepared to play those teams. Second part of the semester, we lost a couple players, but all in all, the bench players will have to pick up the slack. I think if we improve on our practices, we'll do a great job this season.
Hello.
And we're back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena. 9:51 remaining. Tim Califamo alongside Brian Goudsworth, the rest of our BTV crew here on the campus of Brookdale Community College tonight for the second game of our doubleheader. The Brookdale women were victorious earlier today against Camden in a much different game, much more dominating win. And while Brookdale has control, they lead by 10. The last several minutes, they have not played very well. A couple of technical fouls have been assessed to the team. And Camden has sensed some new life here. Bounce pass in the Ringel. Ringel goes up hard with it, not able to get it all go off the glass, but Holmes the rebound, puts up the three, it doesn't go. And now Abdur-Rahman with the rebound for Camden. Justin Williams double teamed, finds Abdul Bey. Bey threw it at the feet of Ringel. It's going to be a kickball here. It'll stay with Camden with 20 to shoot.
Looks like sideline reporter Andrew Nash is on that.
Yeah, he's going to get the loose ball there. Andrew will have a post-game interview with Coach Chizak at the end of the game, so stay tuned for that. Always interesting what the coach has to say afterwards. And I'm sure he'll have plenty to say, win or lose, after this match. Justin Williams now with the shot clock starting to wind down for Camden, down to 6. Williams, the drive inside, off the glass, it's good. 8-point game. LaRocca wide open for the three, it's short. And Garrett pulls down the rebound. Garrett going coast to coast, puts it off the glass and in, untouched. Quick 4 points for Camden. LaRocca probably should have shot that basketball. Now Good. Ooh, down he goes over Abdul Bey. But the foul occurred before that. It's a blocking foul, I think, on Justin Williams or Abdul Bey. I'm not sure. Looks like it is going to be on Bey. So it'll be the third personal on Abdul. And it'll be it should be a fresh shot clock for Brookdale here, if I'm not mistaken, on this inbounds pass, as Olakani now was in the game. Now he comes back out. So LaRocca had come out of the game. I don't think that's I don't think Olakani could check into the game. I think they have to wait for another foul. Moore, the fadeaway three doesn't drop. And the rebound to Abidapo. Now Olakani will make his way back over to the scores table. Garrett over to Abidapo. Feed inside to Abdur-Rahman. The jumper, a little too strong. Rebound Bey. Bey puts it up and in.
And that was a tough move down near the basket. I thought he may have gotten away with a travel there. Either way, though, it's a nice move to maneuver around the defender and get the 2.
It's a 4-point game. Holmes dumps it off to Ringel. Ringel is fouled and one. And Ringel's been rather quiet tonight, but that's a huge bucket.
And set up
Brookdale desperately needed.
Set up by the dribble penetration there by Holmes. He does a good job getting to the basket, drawing the defenders, and then Ringel the power move down low for the and one.
Ringel completes the 3-point play at the line. 57-50. It's a 7-point game. And now
he's not moving.
So Coach Chizak actually is relieved because he didn't have his players set in the right defense. .7:48 remaining. Camden will inbound with 26 on the shot clock. Williams across midcourt. Bay had a wide open Abdul Haman, didn't find him. Bay drives to the hole, doesn't get the basket to go. And now Ringel double team, saves it out of bounds to Moore. Moore pulls up at the foul line. The jumper goes in for Jameek Moore.
Moore able to hang in the air for that extra second, and then the ball's just thrown away.
Goes right through the legs of Coach Chizak. Some pretty quick moves by the coach there on the sidelines. He's trying to get his players to press, and in the process, had the ball go right through his legs. Miscommunication there for the Cougars on the inbounds play. Brookdale can try to increase their lead back up to double digits on this possession. Good inside, the right-hand layup doesn't go, but Ringel is there with the putback. Coach Chizak halfway out on the court. Trying to apply the pressure here. And a foul on Olakani in the backcourt as he got into Garrett. So that will be the third on Olakani, and it'll send Garrett to the foul line because Brookdale now has 18 fouls. It'll be a 1-and-1 upcoming for Ronell Garrett.
Number 33,
Abdul Bay checks out of the game for Camden, and for him, David Gormley along with Emmanuel Abimbola, who comes in for Thomas Abidapo. 1-on-1 shot for Garrett is good. He'll get another. (61-51). Second one is short there for Garrett. Still a 10-point game, under 7 to play. Holmes, wide open lane, dumps it off to Good. Good had it blocked away by Abdur Haman. Holmes not giving up on the play, gets the ball back, drives inside, doesn't get the layup to go. And now here comes Garrett up the floor for Camden. He'll wisely back it out as they did not have numbers. Garrett now over to Gormley. Gormley the long 2, back iron no good. Olakani, Moore, top of the key 3, too strong. Rebound Good. Good lost it. And Camden comes away with it. Williams over to Abdur Haman. Gormley, nice move around Olakani and puts the basket in. 61-53. Denzel Lampley got to come in for somebody, I'm not sure who, on the next buzzer. Abdul Bay is also at the scorer's table for Camden. Olakani with 12 on the shot clock. Holmes. Ringel, the long 2. It's an air ball, and last touched, I believe, by Good out of bounds. They go back to Camden.
Yeah, Good hoping for the offensive rebound there. Ringel likes to shoot right around that area of the court, not quite 3-point range. He has a soft touch from out there. That one, though, an air ball.
So Kyle Bradshaw also going to come into the game as in comes Denzel Lampley. He checked into the game for Grant Good.
And I think this is the first time Bradshaw is in since picking up that technical foul earlier in the half.
Gormley picked up his dribble, guarded very tightly. Abdul Bey, reverse layup, doesn't fall, and Bradshaw the rebound. Brookdale's got some numbers. Moore, bounce pass to Olakani, and Olakani throws the dunk down, almost came back out, but nonetheless it goes in. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you don't often see a dunk that gets the bounce, but that's what it was for Olakani.
Yeah, I don't think Zach called that, but hey, if it goes in, that's all that matters. A foul at midcourt on, I think, Jameek Moore. It's going to get his second personal. And now the 9th team foul, one away from the double. David Gormley not able to hit the first of an N1, and now a jump ball is called. Possession arrow pointing Brookdale's way.
Yeah, and the last several minutes or so, the Brookdale lead has stayed steadily at this point. Right around 8 or 10 points. Camden hasn't been able to make a run to make this really close, but at the same time, Brookdale hasn't exploded like we so often see them do, especially in the second half.
Camden has outscored Brookdale in the second half, but Brookdale, as you said, Brian, has been able to hold Camden to that 9 or 10 point deficit. Bradshaw off the glass and in. Williams right in front of the Camden bench. That's Tariq Holmes guarding him. Williams leaned into Bradshaw, now back out to Gormley. Williams, left wing three on the way, doesn't go. And Olakani is fouled from behind by Abdul Bey.
Foul on Camden's 21, Abdul Bey. That is his 4th.
That's the 4th on Bey, so I don't know if Coach Abatista is going to keep him in the game or not. For now, he remains in. I don't know really if Coach Abatista has a choice. They're down by 11. Or down by 12, rather. They got to do everything that they can to try to get back into this game. Olakani, before the shot, a foul away from the ball on Emmanuel Abimbola.
Yeah, and I don't think Coach Lou Abatista has too many options that he feels good about coming off his bench. So he has to stick with his guys here, and that's why even in foul trouble, has to hang with this lineup.
Holmes inbounds to Jameek Moore. Moore drives inside. Floater with contact goes off the glass. And now Brookdale back up to a 14-point lead. Remember, this game was a 4-point game just a few moments ago. Camden had cut the Brookdale lead all the way down to 4, but now Brookdale's increased it back up to 14. Williams almost couldn't handle the pass from Garrett. Now Abdur Haman short on the jumper from the corner. Olakani with some speed going coast to coast to the hoop, lays it in.
That's just a great move by Olakani. I mean, he gets the ball around the 3/4 court mark, takes it all the way for the easy finish.
And now almost stolen away in the backcourt by Holmes. Garrett gets it across midcourt. Garrett bounce pass to Abimbola. Abimbola along the baseline puts it in. 69-55. Holmes is fouled before the shot. I think that's on Williams. And it will be a shooting foul. So Tariq Holmes will go to the line once again. And the foul is on Justin Williams. It's his 3rd personal. And Camden's 7th team foul, so now fouls starting to add up for the Cougars as well. Holmes not able to hit the first shot from the line. Holmes this season hasn't played very much. Again, only really has played a handful of games. 50% from the line. Olakani gets the rebound after the miss from Holmes, but not able to finish. And now stolen away out of bounds. It'll stay here with Camden. I tell you, Tariq Holmes has got some really quick hands.
Yeah, he's all over the place. And he's a guy who can handle that point guard role, which the Jersey Blues haven't really had someone like that. They're going to have to take a timeout here with Ibidipo unable to get the inbounds pass and good ball denial by Brookdale.
So it'll be a quick timeout here for Camden just to kind of reset things. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 3:04 remaining. And Brian, 69-55. I'd say that's a pretty comfortable margin for Brookdale to have, but we said that really kind of at the end of the first half, and then Camden went on a run. I just don't know if they have that much more. I don't know if they have enough time, I should say, to get back into this game.
Yeah, I don't think they do. And, Brookdale very often, once they build their leads, they don't often give them back or even, allow the game to be more interesting as it goes down the stretch. So you have to figure that'll be what happens here in the final 3 minutes. And Brookdale looking to wrap up what would be their 16th win in a row to start the season. Just a remarkable run that they've been on.
And remember, our next broadcast, the next time you will see the men's basketball team take the floor, will be at home. It'll be Saturday against Passaic County Community College at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Brian and I will have that call. The women's basketball game will be first. So that should be fun. Passaic, one of the top teams in the conference. Going to try to threaten Brookdale's so far perfect season. Justin Williams now over to Abdul Bey. Guarded by Moore. Bey bounce pass to Williams. Williams, the jumper, doesn't go. Rebound is tipped in by Bey. 69-57, almost stolen away by Williams there in the inbound. Holmes finds Olakani, and it is a foul before the shot. Brookdale wants the officials to count the basket. I think it was goaltending, but I think the foul occurred before, and I think that's what the officials are going to say. So Olakani instead will go to the foul line for 2 shots. So Zach Olakani. Not able to hit the first attempt from the line. Zach Olakani always got some interesting new shoes, I will say that. Always got some very cool pair of basketball shoes on his feet. Every time I see him take the floor, it almost seems like he's got a brand new pair of shoes that look really nice all the way up here. Makes one of the 2 from the line, and he goes back to the bench. And for him, Frez Cabrera. 2.5 to play. Brookdale leads by 13. Camden is going to have to go on a run quickly here if they're going to try to come anywhere close to threatening. Abidapo back out to Bey. Bey back out to Abidapo. Shot clock down to 8. Double dribble there for Abidapo.
Man, that's an unfortunate mistake for Camden, down by 13 points with time very much a factor, just over 2 minutes to go. Looks like Mark Serbo will check in at the next stoppage for the first time.
Nice fade away there, or I should say floater there instead for Denzel Lampley along the baseline is good to make it 72-57, and Coach Chizak burns another timeout. I believe he has 1 remaining. Be a 30-second timeout just to kind of reset things here and make sure his team is on the same page. It's Lampley, Mark Serbo, Kyle Bradshaw, Jameek Moore, and Frez Cabrera on the floor for Brookdale. Whereas for Camden, we'll see who they come out in just a second. Out of the timeout, it'll be Abidabo, Abdur Haman, Garrett, Williams, and Bey. Under 2 minutes left. Garrett with the drive, nearly lost it, got it back, puts it up, no good, back rim, no good. And Denzel Lampley, the rebound, up ahead to Mark Serbo. Cabrera back over to Serbo, wide open for the 3, takes it. It's a little short and a rebound to Bey. Garrett now over to Abidapo. Turnaround shot, back rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Jameek Moore. And I think Camden's going to back off here a little bit.
And for the Jersey Blues, they should just worry about taking some time off the clock here. That's
Bradshaw.
what they're doing.
Not really in any hurry to shoot here. Moore has the wide open three. He'll take it and he drains it.
Yeah, that was just a shooting practice jumper for Moore, who had no resistance whatsoever from the Cougars' defense.
Long three there by Justin Williams. His front rim no good. Cabrera, bounce pass up to Moore. Moore tried to throw it down, and he's fouled by Abdul Bey. And I think for Bey, that's going to foul him out of the game.
Moore going for the second dunk of the half for Brookdale. Previously, it was Olakani who, as we saw, nearly missed it.
So it will foul Bey out of the game. He had a pretty good night for Camden, contributing down low mainly. And now Jameek Moore with the game pretty much in hand already. Just needs to take a couple foul shots. First one is good. Brookdale will improve to 16-0 and now 13-0 in Region 19 play, as Moore makes them both from the foul line, whereas Camden will fall to 11-10, 9-9 in Region 19 play. Long two there by Garrett doesn't fall. And the shot clock and game clock are basically identical, so Kyle Bradshaw can't technically, I don't think, dribble this out, but he can come very close to it. Cabrera bounce pass to Bradshaw, and Bradshaw just traveled with the basketball, just trying to run the clock out.
Is it really necessary to call that?
Well, officials got to be fair. Williams, the long three, doesn't go. And looks like that's pretty much going to do it. So Brookdale is going to improve and remain undefeated here at home. 77-57 is the final score. Brookdale takes down Lou Batista's team. Wasn't pretty at first. Brookdale led 41-25 at halftime. But Camden made a run at them. They came to within 4 halfway through the second half. And then Camden started making some mistakes, and Brookdale was able to capitalize on them, and they remain undefeated, like I said, not only at home but on the year. 16-0 and 13-0 now in Region 19 play. So really just incredibly impressive game as we welcome you back inside our broadcast booth here high atop the Collins Arena at Brookdale Community College. Tim Catalfamo alongside Brian Goudsward. And, you know, we talked about this really kind of at the beginning, that we weren't really sure what Camden was going to have. We talked to Coach Ed Batista beforehand. He really wasn't sure what his players were going to be able to show. They're still trying to figure their program out, but we knew what Brookdale was going to bring to the table. We knew how much firepower they had and how good they have been all year. And just another repeat performance of what we've seen really throughout the season as to how well they continue to play. They remain undefeated not only at home but undefeated on the year, and put a pretty good outstanding performance together. Not so much how many points that we're used to seeing them score. It's actually the first game in 10 games that they have scored less than 90 points, but nonetheless a good win for them.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I think it says a lot about this team and this program that this was far from their best effort of the season. And you still look up at the scoreboard at the end and they win by 20 points. So, I mean, another game where they got contributions from a lot of players. Jameek Moore, again, did his thing, and they were able to stretch a lead that they didn't really have too big of in the first half. Camden hung around early. I think we were a little surprised at the way they came out. This game was tight early, but then Brookdale, as they're accustomed to do, separated themselves from the pack late and come away with another resounding win.
And how impressive was Tariq Holmes, one of the players that's really kind of seen his first couple of games as a Brookdale Jersey Blue. Again, we've talked about him, kind of profiled him a little bit. 26 years old, hasn't really played much basketball since the 2010 season, but coming to play for Coach Chizek after getting bounced around for a few other community colleges, and I tell you what, it's been really impressive to watch.
Yeah, and he's now someone who finds himself in the starting lineup, can play that starting point guard position. You see he has a lot of speed in the open floor. He gets his hands on the basketball. He creates a lot of turnovers. That's exactly the kind of basketball Paul Chizek wants from his players, and he's got another weapon in Holmes to do that, another guy to plug into the starting lineup, another guy to make plays for this team that is filled with them.
So again, Brookdale controls and is able to handle Camden tonight. They win 77-55. They remain undefeated. They are 16-0 now and 13-0 in Region 19 play. Our next broadcast here on BTV, the next doubleheader, I should say, will be on Saturday when Brookdale, the men and the women, come home to take on Passaic County Community College. Both of those games will be at 12 and 2 p.m. Eastern Time here on BTV. The women will be first, whereas the men will play approximately at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So we remind you to join us for that. And of course, that'll be the next time you'll see both teams on the floor. So Brookdale is victorious. Again, they win 77-55 tonight over the Camden County Cougars. For now, we're going to send it down to Andrew Nash, who's standing by with Coach Chizek for a post-game interview.
Jersey Blues. And, Coach, great way to hold off Camden's late comeback there. What does that say about your team?
I'm a little disappointed in our performance tonight. We really didn't come after and play the level that we can. When we want to turn it up, we could turn it up, and winning by 20 is it's a nice positive thing. But we didn't execute. We missed a lot of layups. Missed 9 free throws in the first half. I'm not sure how we ended up. We just didn't play very, very well tonight. And for us to be successful, because we have a Gloucester team coming up and we have another game on Saturday. There's going to be some tough. We've got Passaic on Saturday and Gloucester on Tuesday. We got to play at a much higher level or we're going to have problems. So, sometimes maybe being fourth in the country and 16-0 and all that other stuff is great, but we just didn't play as well as I'd like to see us play.
Coach, thank you for your time, and congratulations on a great win anyways, and improving to 16-0 on this season. Thank you.